Okay, good morning. Good morning. Diane, I just want to check, make sure everything's working properly. I make sure my audio is coming through my microphone, things like that, because I did some rearranging of the studio this weekend and unplugged some things and, you know, little dusting. Oh, hold on. Let me check here. Let me see. I'm going to change one here. Good morning. Good to be back. Hold on, Diane. I see you have a two number. Oh, I'm going to change this one. You will see it's coming right now. I'm going to delete the 67. Diane, the 67, it looks like coffee. Okay, she has two number 67s. It looks like coffee. We're getting back here. I did some rearranging over the weekend on the studio, some cleaning up, some dusting, some wiping down. Just want to make sure my audio is working perfect. The number 67, it looks like coffee. Good morning. I'm your host, BKP. You're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com. Good morning, Diane. I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. I hope everybody had a great time with your family. I hope everybody's safe, returned back. Send me a story or something you may not want me to repeat on the air. Make sure you know that. I know that. If you send me something and you don't want me to repeat it on the air, quote it, please say that. But, how did things go this weekend? Do you have your Christmas tree up? Christmas tree is up. Lights are on it. All right. Little cleaning around the crib. Do they still say crib? I don't know. I need to get with the kids. So some cleaning. Tree is up. Do you have your tree up? Do you put it up? Artificial or real? Do you have an artificial or real Christmas tree? Do you decorate outside? What? Now, I had a really deep struggle this morning on where to start. I had a really, really deep struggle this morning on where to start because we went off the air at 11 o'clock Friday, and a lot of things happened between Friday and today. Just very, what I consider earth moving. I mean, really just shaking our to the core. Diane, could you give me number 44? I'm going to go slow here because I sent Diane like 182 pictures and 19 videos. So it's going to take a minute here, and I'm not going to get pushy right out of the box. But that being said, make sure I have the right one. What did I call for? That's it. So we remember, thank you, Diane. We remember the flights out of Afghanistan. Now, let me say this. All right. So you and I, we remember the flights out of Afghanistan. We remember the I don't even have the words of what we watched that day. People trying to hang on to the wheel of the aircraft. All right. The wheel of the aircraft as they were falling out of the sky. They couldn't get on the plane trying to get out. We remember the suicide bomber that came up to the gate and killed 13 of our American soldiers right at the gate, with thousands trying to get in to flee Afghanistan, the disaster that took place. We remember that. We remember the ones that were killed that day, our men and women in uniform, not to mention the Afghanis that were killed in that bomb. We remember 48 hours later where we blew up, remember, a van claiming we got the bad guys that killed the Americans, only to find out that was not true. We remember that. We remember leaving, is it Bagram Air Force Base, that we left the base, the airfield that we left just abandoned. We remember the $1 billion worth of equipment plus that we just left sitting there, trucks, cars, helicopter, Apache helicopters, whatever. We remember all of that, right? And we know that these pictures, that's what we watched on the evacuation, that someone in the Biden administration, in the committee that ruled the government, and the same committee that I think is still in charge. Yes, the same committee. But we watched all of that take place. Now, we know it was called Operation Allies Welcome. We rolled out the red carpet. We know that, right? We know that. And give me number 38. All right. Now, this guy here. So we know all that took place. Enemies among us, 505 Afghans with national security flags, 5,005 Afghans with national security flags. Point blank walked up, number 37. All right. The dark web, right? DC National Guard terror suspect was radicalized after coming to the U.S., Kristi Noem says. So we're trying to figure out, when was he radicalized? All right. Now, we're going through all these things we know. And the Trump administration is well aware of these things. Well aware of these things. And you and I both start out today wondering who is in this country. We have asked that question here on this show. Who is in the country? Who did we let in? 30 million across the southern border? Chinese men? Chinese gangs in Oklahoma running illegal marijuana farms? Afghanis that came in? Somalis that came in from Canada? Now, the one thing that President Donald Trump, I do not blame him, but he took the job, right? He took the job. And this is not Lane Kiffin leaving Ole Miss and going to LSU. President Trump took the job. The people that come into the administration took the job. They did. When they ran for office, they took the job. They gave an oath to the country. They took the job. Now, the reason I say that is I know, as well as you do, the disaster that was laid on President Trump's desk on January 20th of this past year, because we're only up to 316 days. We know that. And if I could come to you this morning and tell you that I know that the 13 Americans that were killed by a suicide bomber, if I could tell you that Afghan departure was a disaster, if I can know all of these things that took place, I could also put that as a priority. Now, finding out who's in this country, what do we have? 240 million, 270 million, 320. I don't know what we have in the country. God knows a census would not completely tell us. I still think those numbers are all made up across the world. But I will say this. They took the job. That's all I'm saying. Now, Ratcliffe, is that the head of the CIA? Who's the head of the CIA? Ratcliffe, right? And someone will probably say, you mean you would have thought to do this? I have to tell you, I would have. You see, everywhere around the world that we have gone into as a country, agree, disagree, regime change, whatever we've done to turn the world upside down, involved the CIA. And, you know, what we kept hearing when this was going on, what did we keep hearing over and over? 44. What did we hear? They helped us. We left people behind that helped Americans, right? We left, we did the wrong thing. These people helped us for 20 years, $1 trillion+. You do not know. You cannot, you absolutely cannot send me a message and tell me what the gain, what we achieved, what the plus, what the wins of 20 years of our treasure, right? Our kids was gained in Afghanistan. You can't. But they helped us. Remember? Give me number 39. That's what we heard. They ran interference for us. They gave us intelligence. They were interpreters. Now, when we go into the country, right, we vet people. I mean, National Guard soldier 20 killed by Afghan terrorists. And I'm trying to think how these people feel in this little pass-through 4-lane town of Somerville, West Virginia. Now, let me say this. I did not do the research, but give me this one right here. I have it here. Give me just a minute. I know I pulled it up just moments ago. I thought I pulled up these two wonderful young people. Yeah, give me 95 or 94. First 94 and then 95. Now, the two National Guard members who were shot in Washington, D.C. on November 26, 2025. Sarah Beckstorm is dead. Now, we don't need to ask, why was she in Washington, D.C.? We don't need to look at President Trump and say, why did you deploy National Guard to Washington, D.C.? All right. We do not need to say, well, they should have never been there. Now, Staff Sergeant Andrew Wolf, all right, 24 years old, of West Virginia, He is in the hospital, and through surgeries, we hope what we know he's recovering, and we pray for him. Sarah, number 95, Sarah just graduated a couple years ago. You see, you don't get a lot of options in Somerville, West Virginia. I actually know Somerville, West Virginia very well. Pass through, 19 passes through there, a little 4-lane. They do. They have a Walmart. They have retail. Not really any industry there to speak of for jobs for young people. Young people get out of school in Somerville, West Virginia. Not a lot of options. But they're right there headed towards the center of the state, right there in the core of West by God, Virginia. West Virginia High School remembers slain National Guard member as caring and willing to help. This young lady was murdered. Now, where I get upset with our country is when we're trying to figure out when someone was radicalized. Number 38. When was this person radicalized that came into this country? Before or after? Let me have, I have another one here I want to show you. Because this is coming in this country, all right? It doesn't matter if Trump put 500 National Guard in 108, Kristi Noem. And what I wanted to do this morning is made sure I come and try to keep my feelings back. I have no use for her. I have no use for her, okay? I mean, no use. I mean, her, Corey Lewandowski, her lip injections, her hair extensions, her Botox in her cheeks. I have zero use for this woman, all right? And I don't want to hear this woman talking about, well, we're trying to determine when he was radicalized. I'm absolutely fed up with that. Hold on just a minute. Hold on just a minute. I thought I had the one here that I wanted to show you. So, President Trump is obviously angry over this. President Trump is angry over this. He's leaving for Thanksgiving. The day he leaves, 2 National Guard troops are shot point blank. Someone that Joe Biden let into this country. Someone Joe Biden allowed to enter this country. The parents, he's having to talk with the parents. He's having to talk with the governor of West Virginia. Number 99. And he's asked the question on the plane, all right, by this reporter. Now, for those of you that don't like ABC, NBC, CBS, or the entire group that I call the deep state corporate corrupt media, the Mockingbird media, I'm with you 100%. But on Air Force One, the question has to be, well, wait a minute. The CIA vetted this individual. Now, we're having the debate on who vetted these people. And then since they arrived, the asylum was granted. Now, I'm not angry, but I'm brokenhearted for this family in Somerville, West Virginia. I don't want to see another American die. I don't want to see this. Now, we'll get into it in a minute, but the media is entirely upset that some alleged drug boat, guy was hanging on the side of a boat and was killed. Okay, we'll get into that momentarily, right? But I have to tell you, if you are the Trump administration, somewhere in the White House, we cannot continue to react. We know there's people in this country that, not just 30 million, that shouldn't be here. We don't know what the hell's left in this country. And this is not the first one of these that's going to happen. It's going to happen again. It's going to happen again. Are you a stupid person? I, for one, think any question that comes and says, hey, did you have a whiteboard when did Kristi Noem, is she busy, taking pictures in front of a prison? Is she busy wearing 14 different outfits? Is Pam Bondi busy on Fox News? Who is busy? Is Kash Patel busy with his girlfriend? The stories are all over the place. But in Somerville, West Virginia, in the heart of America, this kid is dead. I don't know. I'm not attacking my president, I promise, but I am going to tell you, I think there should have been like an ABC, like, hey, anybody that came into this damn country from Afghanistan, find them today. Yeah, but here's what we need to do. We need to go over, right? Here's what we need to do, because they're getting FaceTime. I know what you're thinking. I know exactly what you're thinking. How can he say this? But they're winning in the court of public opinion, number 155. I want this one back. I'll find it. College student is deported during trip home for Thanksgiving. No. Well, they're illegal. They all must go. I get it. But could there be a top tier? Could there be someone, Kash Patel, Noem, Pam Bondi, CIA, Ratcliffe? Could Ratcliffe say at the CIA, hey, everybody that came into this country that the Biden or the former CIA director, right? The former CIA director that was spending all of his damn time over in Israel, right? Yes. I forget that guy's name. I can see his face, but I don't want to remember his damn name. I thought it was John. I don't care. But former CIA, can Ratcliffe say, look, I need sources. I need Tulsi Gabbard, National Intelligence Security, National Intelligence. I need Tulsi Gabbard. I need Kristi Noem. I need Ratcliffe. I need Kash Patel. I need everyone. If they came in from Afghanistan, I don't care what that CIA said in the file. I don't care if this guy worked with us 12 years. I don't care if he was a goat herder and he gave us whatever. I do not care. If they came in, bring them in, and let's start going through them one by one. Let's start questioning their neighbors. Yeah, but they have rights. You know what? The young lady that did nothing wrong, if I just did, or Somerville, West Virginia, if I just did not have any clue about the people there, who they are, the heart of America, just good people, and this girl's grown up, gone to a small high school. In fact, I know the high school where she went. I remember it. All right, gone to a small high school, graduated with these kids, went to Somerville Lake in the summertime. Not a lot to do there. Joined the National Guard and is dead. Now, I know what you're thinking here. I know exactly what you're thinking. Well, really, those two? You're going to keep putting those two up? Folks, if you start December 1st not realizing something's bad wrong, no, not with Biden 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't know when Biden died. We don't know if he's alive. We don't know if that's the real guy. We don't know jack squat with the administration, right, that ran by committee the United States of America. But what we do know is there is a deep state, and there's an underlying disgusting belly of corruption in this country that control things, and they're winning in public opinion. And don't forget, these two people went to Mar-a-Lago. I keep saying it over and over. They went to Mar-a-Lago to meet with Trump, right? When is the last time you heard Trump call? Well, wait a minute. Give me this right here, right? Give me video 6.
President Trump, who accused the Biden administration of allowing thousands of Afghans into the country without proper vetting. Your DOJ IG just reported this year that there was thorough vetting by DHS and by the FBI of these Afghans who were brought into the U.S. So why do you blame the Biden administration
because
for
they
what
let
this
them
man
in?
did?
Are you stupid? Are you a stupid person? Because they came on a plane along with thousands of other people that shouldn't be here.
Investigators have yet to find a clear.
President Trump, you took the damn job. You knew they let him in. You can hate this lady. You can get mad all day long. Calling her stupid. What you need to be doing is pulling Ratcliffe's ass in, Kristi Noem in. Well, he was radicalized when he got here. I mean, you know what? I have never heard more CYA cover your ass, and I don't know how long. You know, I get it. I get it. I get it. But college student deported during trip home for Thanksgiving. You know, Tom Homan is an honorable guy. He is an honorable guy. Tom Homan is an honorable guy. And we thought, remember when, let's see if I have something here. If I don't have it, we'll move on here. 48, and then go from 48 to 53, right? Kash Patel is humiliated as explosive 115-page dossier reveals what FBI agents really think of the boss. Right? Take that down. Go to 53. Damning report labels FBI rudderless ship under Patel with he and Bongino. Folks, we thought Kash Patel, Dan Bongino, right? I mean, we thought this is coming to a close. I'm actually not okay. And I feel like, you know what? I felt like this morning, you may get some heat over this. You may want to be careful on how you approach this. I was thinking that as I opened, give me number 39. I was thinking as I opened, wonder if I'm going to get heat over this. I wonder if people are going to turn me off. She's dead. If you don't know what this means to me this morning, you don't know me. If you're new, you don't know me. I mean, I've got a 22-year-old niece in law school. Most beautiful. She's smarter than all the boys, her brothers. And I say that in a loving way. She's smarter than the brothers. She's beautiful. She's 22. She's in law school. And she keeps Uncle Brian straight. Yeah, she stands up and tells me. And if I thought one day something happened to that kid, and, you know, I think about this is Thanksgiving. This is someone's 20-year-old kid. And I have to tell you, number 99, President Trump calling this woman stupid doesn't change anything. I mean, what the hell? Get your act together. Quit yelling at people and just saying shit. Stop just saying shit, okay? You don't have to, what? Tim Walz is not right. But saying he's retarded? What the hell's wrong with you, right? Calling a reporter a piggy? What in the hell is going on? I mean, we elected you to do all these things because you know it. We elected you to take the job and try to correct this disaster. You don't call these damn people stupid. Let them ask their damn stupid question. You don't call them names. You don't call Waltz a retard. You don't do that. Get your act together, damn it, and start doing what the hell you promised the American people. Start doing it. Don't go on there and tell me another damn word about a friggin' ballroom. I don't want to hear another word about you and your damn ballroom. I don't want to hear it. None of that shit. Go get the drug people. Go get the murderers. Get Ratcliffe and pull the CIA in and straighten this CIA shit out. I don't want to hear this is the greatest economy in the world. I don't want to hear this 20-some trillion dollars came into this country. I don't want to hear it anymore. I don't want to hear about AI. I don't want to hear about how great this shit is and that shit is. I don't want to hear it anymore. It's a 20-year-old kid dead. 20-year-old kid is dead. I don't blame you for who came in the country, but you took the damn job. And the answer's not to say, are you stupid? And the answer's not to say, are you retarded? And the answer's not to call someone a pig. That's not the damn answer. Get your shit together. Get Bongino in the office. This is how a leader handles it. You call up and you get the hell out of Mar-a-Lago and you say, you meet me in the Oval Office right now. Tulsi Gabbard, Dan Bongino, Kash Patel, Noam, Pam Bondi, every damn one of you get your asses in this office immediately. Not on Fox News, not on TV. Christy Noam, stop with your damn lip injections and get your ass in the office. This is enough. Take a break.
At Dave's Chevrolet in Jasper, we're proud because for more than 65 years, we've built a legacy of trust for the families we serve. That's why 80% of our business comes from repeat customers and referrals. When you treat folks as well as we do, word is bound to get around. Dave's Chevrolet in Jasper, family first since 1959. Dave's Chevrolet, Dave's gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender. We take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, we can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
I can't look at that young lady's picture without getting emotional. And I'm going to try to move through the next hour and a half till we get to the Georgia hour. I can't without getting emotional. Someone texted me. I've gotten a lot of text messages. When you campaign, I'm your host, BKP. You're watching BKP Politics on voiceofruralamerica.com, December 1st, 2025. How I just wanted to come in December and talk about Christmas lights. Do you like colored lights? Do you organize your tree? Is it white and blue? Is it white and green? Do you put ribbons on your tree? Do you put bows? Do you put a star on the top? Do you put an angel? That's all I wanted to do. I really did in December. That's all I wanted to do. And there's no way. I've got 3 more hours of nothing but just flat out like, what in the hell is going on? And someone texts me. I've got several text messages. It's a parent's worst day, man. I'm going to call it that. It's their worst day to get a knock on the door. Your kid is killed. It's the worst day. A soldier murdered, and he's in Washington State. And my thing is when you campaign, you made strong promises. You made promises. And you cannot now. We understand the mess, Mr. President. We get it. We've not turned on you as far as not recognizing the disaster that was handed to you. You took the job and you made promises. Tom Holman's at the Home Depot gathering people up. They're at construction sites gathering people up. They're at a daycare. Okay. You don't see anything about the Chinese gangs in Oklahoma. We don't talk about the ones that come across, the Somalis that come across into Canada. The illegal, we have a woman that is a member of Congress that married her brother. It's like, what in the world? And the Afghans that came in here. It's so hard to look, and it is so hard to look and not get emotional. Now, there's a couple stories I want to do for the simple reason. I brought this up the other day. All right, we want to do an AI story. Now, go research this. All right. Number 36. Now, there's a deep story here, and believe it or not, the deep dive comes from the failing New York Times. The deep dive, the really deep dive, is in the New York Times. You can yell about the New York Times. Who are you with? The New York Times? Okay, whether they're failing or not. How Somalia fraudsters ran riot stealing more than $1 billion. Over the last 5 years, people mostly within Somalia communities have gotten rich by running companies that bill the state for millions of dollars at social services that were never actually rendered. Now, we have in this country, and Trump knows this, we have billions and trillions. Now, I will say they've tried to rein it in. They've tried to stop it. They had a Doge plan. They were researching. But we know what happened there. Now, let me show you a couple of these before give me number 59. Hey, could somebody answer me this? Wait, I want number 59, but I want you to think about this, and I need an answer. I want it from all over the map. I want to hear from all of you. If you're watching, take a second. The number, text it, email, whatever you want to do. I want to know from you right now. Give me number 58. I want to come back to this one, Diane. 58. Who the hell is Jared Kushner? Why, he's the president's son-in-law. No, damn it. What are you, stupid? I'm sorry, I had to make myself laugh. I have to. No, who the hell is Jared Kushner? Now, Jared and Ivanka, right? Trump runs for office. They're nowhere around the campaign. Nowhere. Ivanka is not going to take an active role in the Trump administration. Well, hell. I mean, so Ivanka is not actively in the West Wing. Okay. Yes, Jared and Ivanka are busy living a private life, skiing and on the beach with their children, and they will not be taking an active role in the Trump. The guy's over in Israel. The guy's over in Saudi Arabia. What the hell? The guy is sitting up here, Ukraine and Russia, and he sits there. He just sits there, solid as a rock, just sits there. So as we come back to that, who the hell is Jared Kushner? Why is he next to Marco Rubio? And why is Witkoff? Now, I know what's about to happen. You're about to lose your SHI asterisk. Why are these two Jewish guys? You went there. Why did you? I don't know. I mean, hey, I just said it out loud. Why the hell are these Witkoff and Jared Kushner? Why are they? Just saying. So could someone tell me now, can you go back to this right here, okay? Somali. Now, I'm not going to have the time to go into, where's it at here? This is at 59. This article, I got to look at it over here, Diane. This article is about, for me, it's about, to listen to the article takes 15 minutes. It is a really deep dive. New York Times, I know you hate them. Prosecutors say members of the diaspora, or is that what it is? Somali group, a group with growing political power, were largely responsible. President Trump has drawn national attention to the scandal amid his crackdown on immigration, right? So Tim Waltz, go ahead, number 60. A fraud scandal that rattled Minnesota was staggering in its scale and brazenness. Federal prosecutors charged dozens of people with felonies. All right. Accusing them of stealing hundreds of millions, $1 billion from government program meant to keep children fed during COVID-19 pandemic. They stole it in the schools. They stole it from the children. Now, $1 billion stolen. Somalis, right? COVID money. Give me number 61. Outrage has swelled among Minnesotans, and fraud has turned into a potential political issue in a competitive campaign season. Governor Tim Waltz and fellow Democrats are being asked to explain how so much money was stolen on their watch, providing Republicans who hope to take back the governor's office in 2026 with a powerful line of attack. Now, this is something we should be working with. This is something Republicans should be going after. All the money that was stolen during COVID. Now, they just spent 45 days telling you what? Over and over. Telling you for 45 days how kids were starving. SNAP. You couldn't get your money. The ACA, healthcare. But what we do not focus on is when we put the money out, they steal it. They don't feed kids. They don't clothe kids. They don't house kids. They don't teach kids. Our education system is so far backward right now with children. So far, third grade numbers, reading levels, proficiency, verbal skills. What happened to the damn children? Autism. You name it. They steal the money. They didn't feed them. They didn't clothe them. They put masks on them, right? They shut the kids in the basement, teenage kids. They came out crazy as hell, went to shooting people. You trapped them in a damn basement for 2 years. You trapped them in there, and then you give them these video games, right? It's crazy as hell. I mean, I can figure it out. Why can't anyone else? But they stole the money. Now, number 62, Elian Omar. The New York Times. I'm telling you, believe it or not, this is an article that every American should go read. But NBC this weekend, where's it at? Video 11.
Dozens of people of East African descent have been charged, convicted, and sentenced for stealing more than $1 billion in taxpayer money from government programs during COVID. As you know, Governor, that is more than Minnesota spends each year to run its Department of Corrections. So I want to give you a chance to respond to this. Do you take responsibility for failing to stop this fraud in your state?
Well, certainly I take responsibility for putting people in jail. Governors don't get to just talk theoretically. We have to solve problems. And I will note, it's not just Somalis. Minnesota is a generous state. Minnesota is a prosperous state, a well-run state. We're AAA bond rated, but that attracts criminals. Those people are going to jail. We're doing everything we can. But to demonize an entire community on the actions of a few, it's lazy.
Didn't answer the question. He should be going to jail. Now, this is where Trump has them. He has them. But 71. Trump's got them. You got them, Mr. President. If you are amused by this, look, I grew up 1970 something, okay? And I will never forget till the day I die. His name was Mr. DeLello. Yes, Mr. DeLello. Who was Mr. DeLello? For us kids in second and third grade that we got in trouble and it was wrong, right? When the third grade boys whispered and said, that's the retarded class. That's not right. And we did. 1970, okay? Mansfield Township Elementary School. We had a class, Mr. DeLello, and the kids were in that class, right? And we used to go by and look in the little window to see what they were doing. And then we heard little stories about that room. And then every once in a while, there'd be an outburst. And they would have to do something because somebody got upset in that room or whatever. But I'm going to tell you something. That's where they integrated. And I'm going to tell you something. Now, what they would do is they would bring those kids into the lunchroom. Yes, Mr. DeLello would bring his class into the lunchroom. Right? And they would strategically, they'd keep an eye on them, and they would sit those kids around the lunchroom, a couple of them, in the midst to where we had to interact, and we learned to interact. These were good kids. Now, I have to tell you, I don't know how I'm coming across, but I went through... Michael Scott on The Office, right? Michael Scott on The Office, whether you like it or not, he's got a clip and he says, Michael Scott on The Office says, you can call your friends a retard, but you can't call a retard. I'm sorry for continuing to use the R word, and if you're going to attack me and take it out of context out there, but you're wrong. But if you're president of the United States, there's a lot of families with Down syndrome in their family, and you don't say it. It doesn't matter. Because, let me ask you a question. Am I going to get out of this show? I don't know if I'm going to get out of this show. I don't know. This may be a career ender for me. So Trump does this right here, right? He goes with, give me video 12.
In that same post, you mentioned Tim Walz, and you called him what many Americans do find an offensive word, retarded. Do you stand by that claim of calling Tim Walz retarded?
Yeah, I think there's something wrong with it. Absolutely, sure.
But you don't think that...
You have a problem with it? You know what? I think there's something wrong with him. Anybody that would do what he did, anybody that would allow those people into his state and pay billions of dollars out to Somalia. We give billions of dollars to Somalia. It's not even a country because it doesn't function like a country. It's got a name, but it doesn't function like a country. Yeah, there's something wrong with Walz.
Okay, I agree 100%. Tim Walz is a bad person. These people are criminals. I agree. I agree with you 100%. But I have to tell you, everything on the back end that he said is great. But you don't call him retarded. I'm sorry. I don't know how that's coming across. You don't do that. I can't stand Tim Walz. I despise him. I think him and his wife are cuckoo. Number 36. I mean, I don't care if you called him crazy. Say, yes, he's crazy. Something's wrong. But that's your opportunity. You have an opportunity right there. You know what you can do right there? You can say in that opportunity, all right? You can say, you know what? Criminals are criminals. $1 billion belongs to the American people. It's the taxpayers' money. This is not the first billion, won't be the last. We won't stop, and everyone will go to jail. And I think Tim Walz should resign today as governor. He's incompetent. He's incompetent. He's not able to run the state. He has proven that, and I think he should resign today. And if he doesn't resign, I'm going to ask our Justice Department and anyone that does investigations to go through there and find out if he had any knowledge of it. Whatever. I'm just telling you. I mean, are we on purpose nosediving 2026? Are we? Is this an intentional move to nosedive, crash, and burn? Is it? Because I'm going to tell you something stupid, right? And I'm going to tell you, I know I'm going to get a lot of people angry at me, but I'm sorry. I can handle these things in a much different manner and accomplish things. Where's this one here? I know I brought it up the other day. Give me this one, number 7. Give me number 7. Okay. Republicans are running for the exit. Whether you believe it or not, quietly, they're running for the exit. Okay? Piggy, shut up, retarded. The list goes on. The lady asked him about his MRI. All right? Now come on. Turnabout is fair play. We asked about Joe Biden's cognitive function. Right? Give me this one right here. 52, and I got to get out. I mean, Trump delivers blistering insult to female reporter. Now, if you notice, shut up, piggy, he's blistering women. Yes, just women setting their asses on fire any question they ask. And hey, equal rights. I've told you on the show, whether you like it or not, you're going to get the truth here. Women are leaving by the millions. They're not okay with that. There's women out there that have children that have Down syndrome. They're not okay. Their dads are not okay. They're not okay with that. They're not even okay with it, even if they don't have children with Down syndrome. They're not okay with that, period. They don't like Walt stealing money, and they will listen to that. They're not okay with this. The MRI. They're not okay with it. Yeah, but you're going in a wrong direction. I get it. But if you go over, right? If you go over and you look at our side, let me get this. If you go over and you look at our side, this is what's going on when I say our side. They're all fighting with each other. They're all calling each other different names, so on and so on. And let me see. I had it here a minute ago. You know what they're over there doing? Give me, I know I have it here somewhere because I'm going to show you what they're over there doing on our side. On our side, this is what they're doing. 101. Trump stopped the airspace. No one, he said he shut down the Venezuelan airspace. Auto pen orders erased. Trump revokes every single Biden auto pen executive order. But Hunter's was signed by hand. Number 100, right? Trump threatens Biden with charges of perjury, says auto pen orders terminated. Folks, there's nothing happening here. But if you look at all of the Trump water carrying, paid, I'm unpaid, narrative carrying, I will not do it. If you look at all them, whoa, wow, we have perjury, Biden. Folks, you couldn't get Biden with a box of confidential or secret documents next to the Corvette because they came out and said it was like grandpa and he wouldn't be able to stand trial, right? But no, if you go to our side on social media, oh my God, the auto pen. Oh my God, this. Oh my God, that. Oh my God damn it, when are you going to get it through your thick head that all of that is just bullshit and there's nothing of any significance really with any teeth biting into anyone's ass that's a Democrat? It's not. I mean, last week we had sedition of 6 saying don't listen to the orders. This week I have to tell you they're laying all the impeachment out for this guy. Pete Hegseth, you're waiting for Comey to go to prison. You're waiting for Clapper to go to prison. You're waiting for Brennan to go to prison. Maybe they will. But I have to tell you, if I'm in Vegas and I have odds, I'll put $100. They put Pete Hegseth in prison well before they do James Clapper, John Brennan, or any of these other pieces of crap. Take a break.
At Days Chevrolet in Jasper, we're proud because for more than 65 years, we've built a legacy of trust for the families we serve. That's why 80% of our business comes from repeat customers and referrals. When you treat folks as well as we do, word is bound to get around. Days Chevrolet in Jasper, family first since 1959. Days Chevrolet, Days gets it done. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender. We take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Divorce is tough, but your finances don't have to be. I'm David Cross, and I'm a certified divorce financial analyst practitioner. My job is to help you get a fair financial settlement in your divorce and to guide you to smarter money decisions. Find out how we can help you. U.S. Asset Management. It's your money and your future.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
All right, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. You're watching BKP Politics on Voice of Rural America.com. Yes, I'm sorry, Diane. Diane said, I guess you said go to break. I had to end it right there. Give me 107. We wanted to talk. We will talk Christmas lights. Okay, we'll get to it. All right. Maybe tomorrow, tune back in. I want to know about Christmas lights, Christmas tree. Oh, by the way, case dismissed. Not one of the Sunday shows, not one Sunday show. I watched all of them. Not one media outlet, ABC, even Atlanta News First this morning. And I know they covered it earlier in the weekend, but not one discussed the fact that the RICO case in Georgia has been dismissed against President Donald J. Trump and co-defendants. Now, they cover this on Meet the Press, Halligan, whatever her name is, and the dismissal of Letitia James, and James Comey. But no, not one. Take that one down. Give me 148. I mean, I really wanted to come this morning and say, hey, did anybody see Frank Luntz's new hair? I mean, that's the kind of day I wanted on December 1st. Like, Frank Luntz, he got some new hair. I mean, the blended, just saying, that's the kind of stuff I wanted to do. Give me that. Give me number 31. I don't know what 31 is. I have it written down for some reason. What is 31? What is that one? I might have to just jump off of that because I don't know. Oh, no, take that one down. I don't want that one yet. Give me number 26 because we're going to run right through some things this morning because we have to get ready for the Georgia Hour. Oh, never forget. Never forget. When everything else is going on, Mark Zuckerberg, he's eating dinner with the president. Just a reminder. Boom. Now, this could happen here. You're correct. The money they're stealing is going to fund terrorism. Thank you. I always love these viewers. I get messages. One of the messages, the money they're stealing is going to fund terrorism. Thank you very much. Now, this will happen here. I hope not in Dearborn, 72. I hope not in any of our neighborhoods, but it will happen here sooner or later, okay? I want 72, and it's a Muslim family tied up and drowned teenage daughter for adopting Western lifestyle. 18 years old was found gagged, bound with tape, and submerged in a swamp. 73. That's an honor killing. An honor killing. This girl, they killed her for Western. They do not want, period. Well, that's not in our country. They're here. They do not want. This girl was killed because she was adopting a Western lifestyle. Take that down. Now, this is going to be so quick because I've got 3 stories we're going to do. So I'm not going to get stuck. I've got to do a story on AI. And then also, I think Pete Hegseth is as good as gone. I think. We will see. And I think they're going to impeach Trump. And I think third time for them is a charm. I think they will remove him this time. Yeah, why? I don't know. Just throw it in. So let's start with number 5. Okay. I'm going down this list. They're not in chronological order, but Russia, Ukraine. Now, Vladimir Putin has never changed on day one. Never changed day one. Don't forget, Mike Pompeo is over there. So if you're wondering, are they going to get the deal done? Mike Pompeo is in there, submerged in Ukraine in the midst of their, corruption scandal. Like that's new. 23. Moving right along. I got to give, there you go. Thanks to Putin's war in Ukraine, we all have an interest in finding an end to the war, Ukraine's sovereignty. We must move forward. Mike Pompeo, 58. Don't forget, former CIA director, right? Post-war borders dominate intense U.S.-Ukraine talks. Why the hell is Jared Kushner there? Why? 74. Zelensky's meeting with Macron in France after U.S.-Ukraine peace deal talks. December 1st. This is not an old article. They went to Miami. A team of Ukrainians went to Miami, meeting with, Jared and Marco Rubio. And he's over there meeting with Macron. Can't make this up. 75. These are all things to keep your eye on. Take your ear off the BS. Key issues in Ukraine, U.S. peace talks remain unresolved. Do not think for 1 minute that they have a deal. They do not have a deal. 76. And then we're going to jump from 76 all the way up to 125, just so you know. Moscow Times. Witkoff and Putin will meet Tuesday afternoon to discuss the peace plan. Witkoff's going to meet face-to-face with Vladimir Putin. 125. Russia wants territory before the ceasefire. This is Good Morning America, straight out of the box at 4:07 a.m. Russia wants territory before the ceasefire. They want all the territory set up before they're going to make any kind of deal. And Putin has already said he cannot make a deal with the current Ukrainian leadership. They've always said Zelensky's got to go, right? Jared Kushner. I will say this, the boy can sit upright because he sits upright and boom, 126. Putin. He wants Zelensky gone. He wants the territory sliced out. He wants economic sanctions released. He wants a plate back at the world table economically for Russia. Yes, he wants everything done. 136. U.S. host high-level Ukrainian delegation in Florida. There's Jarrett, right? Now they're over in Florida. 137. Corruption scandal rattles Ukraine amid peace negotiations. Just saying, right? Just saying. Now, let's go into, remember this last week. The deep state is as deep as it gets. We got to get ready for the Georgia Hour. So don't forget this. Number 31. I had this up for a reason. Oh, I have two number 31s? Do I have two? I want this one here. The one you had up a minute ago. I don't care. There. Now, don't forget the reason I put this up. Don't forget the last administration run by committee put this woman in jail, right? 40 months. 40 months in jail. Don't forget that. Don't forget the people they put in jail last time. Start trying to remember all the ones we have put in jail, right? We didn't even, did Marjorie Taylor Greene introduce articles of impeachment for Mayor Orcas? Did we impeach anyone? No. Have we put anybody in jail? Just checking, right? So I wanted you to see this for a reason. Don't forget, as we talk. Now, last week, they got out in front of us and they laid this out in the damn evil 115. Mark Kelly and them laid this out 115. And they did it on purpose. They did it on purpose. FBI requests interviews with Democrat lawmakers. So they did they laid out 106, this video. You do not have to follow illegal orders. CIA, you can refuse illegal orders. Chain reaction. Now, 109, they brought in Mark Kelly to talk about what? War crimes. Now, apparently, right, Kristi Noem, apparently to the media, knew that the judge said, return the plane, do not send these people, and she went through with it. That's number one. Number two, Pete Hegseth. Now, they've never wanted Pete Hegseth. They want rid of Pete Hegseth. I mean, Republicans want rid of Pete Hegseth. They want him gone. And I do think President Trump may have just thrown him under the bus. I'll show you the clip. You make your own decision. But every single media outlet has gone after Pete Hegseth concerning war crimes, right? 57, New York Times, Vicker, is that his name, Vicker, right? From Mississippi, lawmakers suggest follow-up boat strike could be a war crime. Now, we're going to fly through these, right? That's the New York Times. War crimes. The Washington Post, number 63. Trump says Hegseth told him he didn't order killing of boat crew. Now, I'm telling you, remember last week we had the 6. Trump says Hegseth told him he didn't order killing of boat crew. Trump said that. I've got to get to AI momentarily. We'll get there. I got to get through the foreign ones here. The Georgia Hour. The lack of leadership in our Georgia GOP, Inc. in Georgia, the lack of leadership. It's just, I mean, we're headed for a disaster. We're headed to crash into a wall with the Georgia GOP, Inc. Are you going to be able to withstand, like, if you find out Brad Raffensperger becomes the governor of Georgia? I don't think you're going to be able to. So here you go. Give me this one right here. 109, Mark Kelly. He's on there talking about war crimes. I'm going to show you, right? 112, NBC yesterday. Legal concerns grow over boat strikes. 118, the narrative. I try to tell you, there's a reason I'm at the Resolute desk at 4 a.m. Because God knows I don't get paid to come here. I really don't. I mean, I'm not Steve Bannon, right? I'm not Tucker Carlson. I'm not Laura Lomer. I'm not Tim Pool. I don't carry no buckets of water. I come here at 4 a.m. to keep up with you. I'm the only one in the nation, only one that comes here to keep up with the deep state mockingbird media narrative so I can guide us and expose what they're doing out in front when the others, you know. Hegseth orders a war crime. See, every network is running this narrative, right? And they're throwing Pete under the bus. War crime. 123, bipartisan scrutiny over his boat strikes. 124, ABC, Hegseth's boat strike orders face new scrutiny, right? War crimes, Jack. I'm telling you. 5 a.m. this morning, 129. Was a war crime committed? Right? 131. Hegseth order on first Caribbean boat strike. Officials say kill them all. Now they're saying that Hegseth ordered that no matter what happens on the strike, if kill them, right? If you see any, ants after you spray the raid, step on them. That's what they're saying. Number 132. The special operation commander overseeing the September 2nd attack, the opening salvo in the Trump administration's war on suspected drug trafficking in the Western Hemisphere, ordered a second strike to comply with Hegseth's instructions. Two people familiar with the matter said the two men were blown apart in the water. So apparently one of the boats had survivors, apparently, what they're telling us, and they went ahead and blew them out of the water because Hegseth said, kill them all. Vicker, Republican, 133. The committee has directed inquiries to the department, and we will be conducting vigorous oversight to determine the facts related to these circumstances. Right? This is the Republican. And Jack Reed from Rhode Island, 134. As usual, the fake news is delivering more fabrication, inflammatory, and derogatory reporting. These highly effective strikes are specifically intended to be lethal, kinetic strikes. Biden coddled terrorists, we kill them. All right? Now, I'm going to show you, this is every 138. Trump weighs Venezuelan operation, right? 139, U.S. lawmakers follow up drug boat strike could be a war crime. 140, they're after the guy. They are after this guy. Now, I think him, Kristi Noem, now, give me this one right here. Video 7.
Can you talk a little bit about the strikes and the controversy around Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth?
I don't know anything about it. He said he did not say that, and I believe him 100%.
You don't know if there was
You're talking about the two men?
The second strike to kill the two men.
No, he said he didn't do it.
That was President Trump standing by his defense secretary, Pete Hegseth, amid reporting that he ordered a follow-up attack to kill survivors of a boat strike in September. The question is, could that amount to a war crime?
All right, so could that amount to a war crime? Trump says, I don't know. I mean, he told me he did. He told me he didn't. I don't know. Like, you can't get me for it. If you think for 1 minute that we're headed into the midterms and Republicans are unified, got it together, know what direction to go, yeah, but you're not bringing this up. No, I'm not. I'm not, because I'm not here to cheerlead. I'm here to expose the deep state, corporate corrupt media and show you the narrative they're running and what's happening, because I have to tell you, our president right now seems like a kamikaze pilot on a mission to send us into the Pacific burning as though we've been hit. When we won. The American people won. Everything, when I say everything Donald Trump wants to do, and should have put together and move forward with, the American people want. He could win the day. But somehow something's not connecting. Now, 142, there's a special election. I want to throw this one out here, okay? There's a special election. Democrats trying to flip a house in Tennessee. Now, tomorrow, it's, that's 142, okay? Now, I need this right now, 160, let me go into this one right here. $167. And I don't know these candidates, and I'm not really following them outside of, obviously, I will say this, the Democrat is using
67 or 67?
67. My sincere apology. 67. Now, the Democrats on this race here, this is a special election tomorrow. Trump makes 11th hour plea for Matt Van Epps over Afina Bain, whatever her name is, who claims hates Christianity. Now, this is a dogfight. This is ugly. This is nasty. There's millions and millions of dollars getting poured into this District 7. I will say this, the Democrat, give me number 68. Here is the district right around the Nashville area there. This is the district, just so you can see it. Let's go ahead and break it down a little further. 69. Here is the Tennessee. You can see it there in the state map. 69. Here is the Tennessee 7th Congressional District. You can see that there. All the counties involved. All right. Now, Davison, not the entire county. I think Nashville's in Davison, right? But they have polling data, and we don't trust polling data, but this is, give me 142. Now, this is a measurement they'll be taking because Democrats trying to flip a House seat in Tennessee. Now, here is the over-under, 143. 143. Here you go. Trump is he's pardoning people that I'm not understanding. You can yell about the auto pen and all the pardons Biden did. Trump's doing some pardons. I don't understand, folks. Democrats trying to flip a seat in Tennessee. As you can see here, in this is District 7 in Tennessee. Tomorrow, a plus 17 for Trump in 2016, plus 15 in 20, a plus 22. So they're saying this race with the Democrat is within 2%, right? They say it's safe. It will go Republican. But what they are looking at is with Kamala off the ticket and Trump off the ticket also. So Trump's not on the ticket. What does it pull? And with Kamala off. Now, what they're saying is every special election since the 2024 election in Congress, the Kamala being off the ticket has greatly been a benefit for Democrats. So this one right here, I think the Republican will win tomorrow in Tennessee, but they're going to be looking at the margin to start doing their scientific political math. You will see here. Now, if I will tell you, this is strictly my opinion, if we got to get ready for the Georgia hour. That should be a Georgia 6 hour, but I'm not doing that. Yesterday, I have told you, give me 150. And remember this, because I'm going to hold this till tomorrow, okay? Remember, this is Fox News Sunday, State of AI. And I want to hold this so I can go in depth. I'm hoping tomorrow I don't have, the same old. Now, you kids say 6 and 7. Do you remember when we used to say it's the same old 7 and 6, right? Same old 7 and 6. But they flipped it on us and it's 6 and 7. So whether it's 6 and 7 or the same old 7 and 6, tomorrow I don't think I have to do all that. I want to do a story. Now, White House, I have showed you this over and over. Everything I'm going to bring up tomorrow, I've laid out. I am probably the only program of our kind that has laid this out while everybody is searching for all these other things out there. If President Trump gets his way, you ready? If President Trump gets his way and AI becomes a federally controlled, states will no longer exist. You telling me there won't be a governor? You telling me there won't, what are they going to do? No. I didn't say that they won't have their state government, but the states will no longer exist. You watch tomorrow. Now, I'm going to give you this. Give me video 1. And this is only one of about 6 videos I'm going to play for you tomorrow. Video 1.
The past year has been transformative for artificial intelligence. Just one day after his inauguration, President Trump immediately put the spotlight on AI, hosting OpenAI, Oracle, and SoftBank leadership at the White House to unveil Stargate, a $500 billion investment in AI infrastructure over the next 4 years as a path to secure U.S. dominance. Since then, the partners announced 6 data centers, and OpenAI's Sam Altman told us they cannot build them fast enough.
When people complain that ChatGPT is slow or that they don't get as much usage as they want to get enough features, this is what we have to do. We have to figure out how to keep doing this faster and faster and faster.
UBS predicts
tomorrow. I have showed you this. I know you're saying, wait a minute. You keep yelling this. Yes, I keep yelling it. And then I seen Abilene, right? Abilene, Texas, Sam Altman. I told you the first thing, not Afghan, right? Not Operation, Operation Protecting, Operation Allies Welcome. No, this was the first thing, January 21st, right there on the screen. I told you that. Sam Altman, Larry Ellison, SoftBank, $500 billion. I'm going to do a full, give me number 149. I'm going to do a full segment on AI tomorrow, AI revolutionizing healthcare. Everything you're going to hear tomorrow in this segment, if you watch the show every day, I have laid out for you and told you it's coming. There will be, keep this in mind, if for any reason the federal government takes over AI, Diane, how hard would it be to put a bad word warning over Elon on video 15? No, we'll hold that for tomorrow. We'll hold it for tomorrow. That goes with the AI. We'll hold that for tomorrow. So don't forget, tomorrow we're going to talk about it. Yes. Will there be a phone in your future? Oh, by the way, for those out there, remember you guys thought that, you guys thought, what did you think? You thought that Donald Trump and Donald Trump, you guys thought Donald Trump and who? Oh, Elon Musk fell out. Oh, 42. Then I want 42. Then I got to do that tomorrow. That's AI. The ex-president, flooded America with cocaine. Now, that is what they say. This guy right here, where is he at? I thought I had his picture. Maybe I don't. Do I have it? I thought I had it here. Yeah, 147. Now, he's the former Honduran president. I do not know all the facts. They say this is a Biden setup, but this guy right here, Trump is let's see, pardon him, right? Is that the one? He's getting pardoned. Then let's go with 49. This guy right here. This is actually very good news for the Frost family. I mean, these people only stole $1.6 billion, right? Give me number 50. President Trump has faced backlash after commuting the prison sentence of former investment manager David Gentile, who was convicted of defrauding investors of $1.6 billion. 51. Here's the whole family, right? 59 years old, has been sentenced to 7 years in prison after August 2024 conviction of his in a scheme to defraud more than 10,000 investors. So, I mean, he's hey, that's good news for the Frost family. If you don't know what that is, are we going to war? 55. Are we going to war with Maduro? And if we are, why? Now, this is sad. I think it's really, this is where I got so angry this morning. Did you hear about the birthday party, right? 117. This was a birthday party that 3 kids were murdered. Kids among mass shooting victims. 3 kids murdered. 122, right? Three kids among dead in birthday. 3 kids. Now listen to this. Give me this one right here. Video 8.
Animals that did this and bring them to justice. We all know that there are people out there that are violent and commit violent crimes, but these animals walked in and shot children at a children's birthday party, and none of us should stand for that.
The mayor is blaming gang violence.
The mayor is blaming gang violence. Take that down. The mayor is blaming gang violence, right? Gang violence. Just saying, right? Don't forget, number 154, Trump met with these people before he took office. President Trump never calls him Psycho Joe, never attacks these people. Never attacked. Send me where the last. Nome confirmed she approved deportation flights, right? Number 152, a dishonorable strike. Are they participating in helping get rid of Pete Hegseth for the deep state? I don't know. Last but not least, let's go to the tape. 121. My fine feathered friends in the Northeast, look at that right over Scranton. Woo, 6 to 12 inches right there. Right there is the path, 6 to 12 inches predicted. Mom, you better get the firewood in, 120. More snow, ice, treacherous travel on the way. Snow shovel and 119. Stores struggling to find pennies to make change. Just saying. I'll be back 10 o'clock, the Georgia Hour. Do not leave the Georgia Hour. Diane, I'll see you at 10.
Days Chevrolet in Jasper. It's last call. Your last chance to save $11,500 off Silverado 1500 and $9,000 off Silverado 2500 crew cabs. Don't miss this last call and save $11,500 off Silverado 1500 and $9,000 off Silverado 2500 crew cabs at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in LJ. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting edge digital technology and state of the art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second to none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender. We take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
This is a special report.
Knowing how to invest your money is harder than ever before. Dealing with stock market volatility, record debt, and terrorist attacks requires new thinking. At U.S. Asset Management, We can help you see the world more clearly so that you can move beyond the chaos and invest with confidence. Call us, visit us online, or drop by our office. U.S. Asset Management, helping you make better decisions with your money.
Mesquite Grill, now offering online ordering for your convenience. Check out our new website at mesquitegrillbr.com. That's mesquitegrillbr.com. The great food and service you have come to expect, ready for you when you arrive. Open 7 days a week with a fully stocked bar and friendly service. Bring your furry friends with you and dine on our pet-friendly patio. Also, check out our catering options and let us prepare delicious food for your next event.
At Days Chevrolet in Jasper, it's last call. Your last chance to save $11,500 off Silverado 1500 and $9,000 off Silverado 2500 crew cabs. Don't miss this last call and save $11,500 off Silverado 1500 and $9,000 off Silverado 2500 crew cabs at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Together, let's drive.
Larry's Body Shop in Ellijay. Family owned and operated since 1978. The latest in cutting-edge digital technology and state-of-the-art equipment allow our iCard Gold Class certified technicians to restore your vehicle. Our second-to-none customer service will work directly with your insurance company. Major accident or minor fender bender. We take the dents out of accidents. Larry's Body Shop, North Georgia's #1 body shop. Visit us at collisiondecision.com.
Why give your money to liberal media companies? Put your marketing needs in the hands of a conservative marketing professional and start getting results today. FYN Media Group, one of the top digital marketing agencies in Georgia, specializes in website design and hosting, social media promotion and management, and so much more. Visit FYNmediagroup.com or call 706-889-3564 for a free consultation.
Welcome to El Rey Azteca Mexican Restaurant. We invite you to indulge your senses with our from-scratch authentic Mexican food. Whether you are hungry for fajitas or the El Rey Azteca burrito, we offer a wide variety of fine Mexican dishes, drinks, and desserts. Our inviting patio, indoor seating, and bar has a seat for everyone. So come to El Rey Azteca for delicious food, great drinks, good friends, and loads of fun in a casual and friendly atmosphere.
Ladies, when you wear elegant jewelry, you become a force to be reckoned with. You shine brighter than the stars in the sky, and your inner beauty radiates like the sun. So embrace the magic, embrace the elegance, and let your jewelry be a reflection of your true, authentic self. My friends over at North Georgia Diamond know what a woman wants. Go see them for the perfect gift. And remember, when it comes to elegance, there's no such thing as too much. Come see us at North Georgia Diamond. We're igniting passion one sparkle at a time.
Much like 8 a.m., I'm not for sure, Diane, where we start the Georgia hour. I mean, at 8 a.m. this morning, I had so much on the plate for the day, I didn't really know where to start at 8 a.m. I feel the same way right now. But we will power through. We have a lot to do this week. We had a short week last week. Welcome, folks. December 1st, 2025 to the Georgia Hour. I am your host, BKP, brought to you by voiceofruralamerica.com. Good morning, Diane. Now, so I want to go through a couple things, and I want to wrap this all around together. We have, and we have, and I'm going to say some controversial things. Well, if you're new to the show, let's see if my coffee's still warm. The Georgia GOP Inc. We just had an election for our state party members, state committee members. And when we do that, we have a chairman, we have a first vice chair, we have a second vice chair. Okay. We have a treasurer, we have an assistant treasurer, we have a secretary, and we have an assistant secretary. And I think that's all of the statewide elections. Now, that being said, I will stand on this, considering I participated all the way through. I always, just so you know, a little background, I always participate in my county convention when it comes time. I do. I always go up there. I chaired our county convention a couple years ago. I've for years participated in our county, where we elect delegates to go to district and go to state. How it works in Georgia will stay really narrow, and we'll get to all of our points. But we're going to lay some groundwork, and I participate in my district, and then after that, I participate in my state convention. So that being said, I've been to several, and I will stand on the fact of county to district to state, our state convention was rigged. Now, we'll have the argument, and I've seen some people, I won't mention the names, that have made a lot of jokes about the clickers. So I'm not going to get into the discussion on, did the clickers work? Did Josh McCoon really win? From A to Z, it was rigged. And unless you know all this backstory, okay? Unless you know all the backstory, you would not totally understand that. Now, David Cross ran against Josh McCoon for chairman. Josh McCoon running for re-election chair. David Cross, at this time, acting second vice chair. Now, let me make one of the many controversial statements I will make. Now, we have a group within Georgia that they're self-celebrities. They go to every event. They get a table. Wealthy friends, or somehow, some way, they get tables. Districts have events, and they go to these events. And they're self-celebrities. They take pictures of themselves. They get excited about themselves. They get excited to pretend they're friends with the other people at the table, all the above, okay? About the biggest group of phony people I really in my lifetime have ever met. true love, compassion, and caring for one another is not who they are. And I will say that, and not going to bring up any particular groups. But so we have this group, and they're not the overwhelming majority. That's where we can make the difference. But they're not the overwhelming majority, but they are enough to strike fear, whether you like that or not, into the other people, the others, to where they don't get out of line. And we start there for the simple reason I want to be upfront, because there's some people that may say, well, if David Cross was elected, this would have never happened. That's not true. That's true. Because if the convention was not rigged and David Cross would have been elected chair, if you think they went after President Trump in his first term, impeached him twice, and Russiagate, Russia, that's what would have happened with the self-celebrities in the Georgia Republican politics in Georgia. If he would have won, the things he would have tried to put into place, like him, dislike him, however you feel, the pushback and the doing everything to destroy what he would attempt to do would go into full steam. So no matter how you look at it, here's where we're at today. And that's not a negative to David Cross. I just know until we do the total teardown and what that will be, and I hope that this is not what takes place. What that will be is a total disaster where an election's concerned in 2026. Now, we have no leadership in the Georgia Republican Party. Josh McCoon is not a leader. He does not know how to lead an organization. And one of the major problems with the Georgia Republican Party, it is an organization that needs leadership, structure, changes, rules, but they lack. Now, before we get into Jaquan Stembridge, the 19-year-old black young man, and the reason we bring up black young man, because he's been used. I mean, the kid's been used. He's 19 years old. All right. He's never had a leadership job that I'm aware of. He's not been the manager of a fast food restaurant where he worked 20 people. He's not been the, manager down at the local Best Buy. I don't know his background, but he's a 19-year-old young man, came out of Greene County, ran for assistant secretary of the Georgia GOP. He won election somewhat by default, and we'll go into that at a later time. All right. He won by basically a default in the election. We'll go into that. I like the young man, but we'll get into him in just a minute. But they took advantage of this kid. There's no way whatsoever the Georgia GOP should not have rules putting parameters around people that can serve on the statewide level. But they don't. They don't have that. Are you going against young people? No, I'm not going against young people at all. But young people in certain jobs and certain times are not set up, ready, and prepared for these leadership roles. Now, before we go there, we have a 2026 election coming up. We have a state Senate race, right? We have Derek Dooley, Brian Kemp's candidate. We have Buddy Carter, congressman from the 1st District. And then we have Mike Collins, congressman from the 10th District, which they are trying to nosedive his campaign as we speak, right? And that race right there has to go up against John Ossoff. And right now, John Ossoff will have the advantage of incumbent, advantage of it looks like 2026 Republicans are doing everything they can to kamikaze pilot a burning plane into the ocean as fast as they can. All right. So a Republican will have to do one or two things: run with Trump. Can that get you elected? Run away from Trump. Can that get you elected? Or play down the middle that already belongs to John Ossoff. So this is getting very difficult. All right. So that's one race, the Senate. Then we have the governor's race. Now, I'm going to lay this out because we're going to get back to Josh McCoon. Josh McCoon is a total disaster. Josh McCoon, let me not go any further without saying Josh McCoon should resign immediately today with hopes. Okay. Now, let me get your laugh line out. I'll be glad to take the disaster that you've created, Josh, and put it back together in time for 2026 with hopes of winning. I'd do it tomorrow. Not for me, not for the party, but all of those rural counties around the city or around areas where the majority of us are not self-celebrities out taking pictures and seeing how many pictures we can post on social media. Now, moving right along, we have the governor's race, statewide race. Josh McCoon should resign immediately. Totally immediately. And that's not personal. That is on a professional note. He should resign immediately. Now, I think I've said that 3 times. Moving right along. Let's not forget something as we go forward. Number 9, there's a deal in Georgia. Let's not forget this. There is a deal in place in Georgia. What exactly, everything on the deal we're not aware of. But don't forget, President Trump and Brian Kemp made some kind of a deal. Now, take that down. On the Republican side, we have Burt Jones, the lieutenant governor of Georgia. All right? And he is the lieutenant governor, Burt Jones, and I feel everything I see looks like Josh McCoon, the chairman of the Georgia Republican Party, has, by actions, endorsed him. All actions lead. Now, Josh McCoon's wife, all right, Josh McCoon's wife is, and I'm going to prove some things today. Josh McCoon's wife, Jacqueline McCoon, is the president of Jackson County, right? Or Butts County. Is it Butts County, Jackson, Georgia, right? Butts County Chamber of Commerce, where Jackson, Georgia is in Butts County, where Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones lives and resides. Now, they wanted Josh McCoon in there. Burt Jones was the first person to endorse, if I remember, Marjorie Taylor Greene or Burt Jones, the first one to endorse Josh McCoon for chairman. Now, Josh McCoon had to clear the way. He had the Frost family. He had to participate in what I feel is a rigged convention. He had to stop certain people from being on the ballot. He had to make what I feel backdoor deals. Now, we're going to hear one candidate tell you about a backdoor deal, and it resonates with a second candidate and some other trouble the Georgia GOP is going through right now. But we have Chris Carr, the Attorney General, running for governor. We have Clark Dean running for governor. We have Brad Raffensperger. So let's go with Brad Raffensperger first. All right. And here is Brad Raffensperger. Let's go there first. Now, you were told, and this is what I constantly tell people every day, please stay away from the BS side. Stay away from the BS side of all the narratives, okay? So went to the convention. All right. Alex Johnson comes. That's the National Federation of Republican Assembly. Alex Johnson, GRA, number 88, came back from the convention, don't forget, and wrote that glowing newsletter how it was the most successful convention in years. Don't forget that. Alex Johnson wrote that. Don't forget it. Now, but they led you to believe that Brad Raffensperger can't run as a Republican. It's a convoluted mess. And this is where Josh McCoon has absolutely zero leadership ability. He cannot unite. He can't unite the GRA. He cannot unite Black Republicans. He cannot unite Hispanic Republicans. He cannot unite the rural counties. He cannot unite the paper ballot please group. He cannot unite anyone. All he can do is participate with the self-celebrities and put out what I consider hate, attacks, and try to destroy people that get in his way. Now, Brad Raffensperger wants to move on after Trump's Fulton County case ends. So I think you and I are on the same page that I think now you realize that Brad Raffensperger will run as a Republican. Now, Alex Johnson and others tried to get you to believe he could not, but he's running as a Republican. And we will get into the RICO case ending because Josh McCoon cannot get an attaboy or thank you over the end of the RICO case. He cannot. The Georgia GOP did spend an enormous amount of money defending three alternative electors that should have never been tried. This is all true. But folks, the money that was made is going to go to attorneys. Well, we'll go there later. Josh McCoon gets no credit for the RICO case getting dissolved or the Georgia GOP Inc. Now, give me number 89. And we're going to get to Jaquan in just a moment because we're getting down to what's going on here. Raffensperger reacts. The demise of Fulton County election interference case against President Donald Trump and more than a dozen co-defendants left many Republican allies feeling vindicated, but in some ways the reaction to last week's news in the GOP is complicated as the case itself. Few were more central to the case against President and his allies and Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger. Trump's recorded demand that he find enough votes to overturn the 2020 election defeat helped trigger the case, and Raffensperger was the first of a dozen witnesses to testify to a grand jury about the pressure. Raffensperger is now a Republican candidate for governor and eager to close the book. Now, he is a candidate for governor. He will run on the Republican ticket. Everything you were told is nonsense. He has come out with a property tax proposal. Yes, he has. That is far and above much better of a proposal concerning property taxes than anything Burt Jones and the gimmick that they're trying to put in place to alleviate state income tax. This is not a support for Brad Raffensperger. Number 90. The 2020 election is over, Raffensperger said. The struggle for a safe and affordable Georgia is here. Crime and affordability. That's over. He said, finally, we can move on and focus on what really matters, the people of the great state. So Raffensperger wants to move on. Now, you're not going to let him move on, but the lack of anyone talking about it, quiet, books closed, right? So now, governor's race for Georgia. Let's go here. Now, over the weekend, if you watched any college football, if you watched the Georgia game, if you watched the Alabama game, the Iron Bowl, if you watched Texas beat Texas A&M, you watched this commercial. And it over and over. Give me video 5.
Since Burt Jones got elected, he's been taking us for a ride, lining his pockets as lieutenant governor. 4 years ago, Jones reported only $700,000 in liquid assets, yet just loaned $10 million to his campaign for governor. It's no surprise, Jones pushed a special law allowing his family to get rich leasing land to a new hospital.
Let's go for a little ride.
Tell Jones, stop taking taxpayers for a ride.
Dark money, Georgians for integrity, right? Dark money. But I'm not for sure on his report, but he had only reported $700,000. Now, his family is very wealthy. His dad, Bill Jones, very, very wealthy. I'm going to say hundreds of millions of dollars. I don't know exactly the total amount. Very, very wealthy. His dad has put a lot of money into Trump's campaign. He purchased the red hat, right? Now, there's been things in Burt Jones's life that looks to be achievements that maybe his father's purchased also. Now, the red hat, the America First, the MAGA red hat, the endorsement from Donald J. Trump, basically comes from an enormous amount of campaign contributions from the family. Now, the problem with this ad is, it's sad to say, I don't want to say, it seems to be very accurate. The only thing this ad left out are all the data centers on that property that belong to the Jones family. But the hospital is a big one because Burt Jones did pass legislation called Certificate of Need to alter the requirements to get a certificate to open a hospital in Georgia to where it benefited his family to build a hospital leased on their property. And my understanding is the deal could not go through with the hospital until that legislation was put in place. So, dark money. But here's the thing. If Burt Jones becomes the nominee, Republican nominee for governor, that's just a taste of the advertising you're going to see against Burt Jones and Georgia. That's a taste. Okay? It's going to the 10th power, go against Burt Jones. Now, Democrats are not going to run ads against Brad Raffensperger about the 2020 election. They're not going to do that. I doubt seriously that Chris Carr stands a chance of being the nominee for governor. So what about Marjorie Taylor Greene? But I want to bring that up for a reason. So if we lose the governor's race, or this goes downhill, lieutenant governor, right? Attorney general, education secretary. Now, let me just say this, take that down. So, education secretary. We have right now, Republicans own all of this. They own everything in Georgia. Keep that in mind. Every problem, go ahead and take that one down. Every problem we encounter in Georgia right now, Republicans own it. I mean, I'm not anti-Republican. I'm actually one. I'm actually, here you go. Boom, live, breathing. I'm a Republican. But the party, David Schaefer, I'm very happy that Sean Still and Kathy Latham will not have to go to jail. That being said, but going back, we'll go back with David Schaefer, all right, and his party administration. Well, you don't know what they went through 2020, and look at all the things they went through with lawyers, and look what Josh has went through with lawyers. We'll go into that. Republicans own it all. We just lost 2 PSC races, folks. And Democrats handed us our ass because of why? Rate increases, and Republicans couldn't answer for it. Now, when Democrats get a chance to hand us our ass over education and put out ads saying, hey, our superintendent of school, you really want a Republican? We ended up our reading proficiency test, and we ended up in the mid-30s, and we're behind Mississippi. I sure as hell hope our ass doesn't get handed to us again, because we could not scare voters into believing that Democrats were going to raise their electric rates. But we've left it up to Brian Kemp, to run all the elections in the lanes he wants to run them. And all the Republicans are afraid to get out of those lanes. And then we left it up to Josh McCoon, the Georgia GOP chair, that is very vindictive, goes after people, cannot unite anyone, and has done nothing but cause division, hate, fighting in his mild-mannered way. Thank God you're not a member of the Frost family. Now, so let me just say this, and we'll get into this tomorrow, but you have to put it in here. Number 87, I just want to remind you of something. Now, they dismissed the case, and Fonnie Willis and Wade, right? And they dismissed the case. Wait for Diane to get to 87. Hang tight here. There you go, Diane. Thank you. I got to get away from this. Now, Georgia's election interference case against Trump, how we got here. There's a full timeline, and I want to talk about it tomorrow. Now, Skandalakis, number 85, this guy, we're going to give him props. He did a good job, right? He did. He took his time. I think he handled it correctly. I was upset when he decided to take the case, but if you read the 93 pages or 23-page report that he wrote, he dismissed Skandalakis' detailed portions of the 41-count indictment he found unworkable. Overall, he said he believed in the basic truth that is not illegal to question or challenge election results. So he dismissed this. Judge McAfee dismissed it. We end up with number 83. And I'm going to get here. 83, Georgia dismisses Trump election case, ending his last criminal prosecution. Now, 84. So let me just remind you of something here. First of all, if we go and we dig all the way back from the day that Gabriel Sterling went and stood behind our state seal as a subcontractor to the Secretary of State's office, giving us updates. If you look at the violations, 140 plus, is it, of Fulton County, if we look at all the election fraud that we cannot get opened up in this state, we have to remember and not forget, we have a governor that stood in front of a desk and said he could not find anything wrong. He couldn't find anything wrong where Fani Willis was concerned in the area that would cause him to take his powers. Now, you got to remember something. The Georgia governor, Brian Kemp, most powerful governor in the country. Now, on one day, everything he says is, I'm following the Constitution. On the next day, he just does anything he wants because he has the power to do it. So they never wanted to get involved in this. So the pain, you take Kathy Latham, what she has been put through for years. Don't forget, Brian Kemp stood in his office as governor of Georgia and looked at a video camera and said he couldn't find a reason to get involved, a reason to remove or investigate Fani Willis. Couldn't find it. Was tired of you and I asking. Don't forget, in my opinion, and I say opinion because I'm not an attorney and I can't legally make, assumptions without knowing all the law, this could have ended a long time ago. Now, this lady here in 96, this is the actual hero of the entire case right here. And Ashley Merchant, if you did not know her, if you did not know her before, you know her now. You met her when she asked Wade, did you go to a cabin in Tennessee with Fani Willis? Did you spend a weekend with her in Tennessee? And he, right? So this is the hero of the case. This is the one that broke it open. This is the one where he was disqualified. This is the one where she was eventually disqualified. Everything led to this case right here with this lady breaking what they did, exposing it to where the courts finally removed Wade, Fani, and Fulton County to where the case couldn't go on. This is the hero in the case. Now, we will get back to this later. So, take that down. So, over the weekend, if you notice, and if you do, silence fell. Now, we have right here, remember this, so we've got number 11, we got Little Blueberry, right? Remember, this is Blueberry. Don't forget. And this is Brad Barnes. And if memory serves me right, I thought I had it here. Maybe I don't. This guy has been asked to resign from an appointed position, right? From Jason Thompson, Debbie Doonaster, right? He's been asked to resign. Brad Barnes, a couple different times. The AJC has posted several articles about this guy. I'm going to look one more time. I really thought I brought an AJC article over, but maybe I didn't. Anyhow, this is Brad Barnes, special advisor on a committee to Josh McCoon. Thank you. Democrats pressure state GOP to oust advisor over social media post. Now, this is a total and complete failure of the Georgia GOP, Inc., and I'm going to tell you why we start here, because everybody's waiting for me to get to Jaquan Stembridge, and we will get there in just a minute. The young man that resigned this past weekend. I wouldn't have resigned. I understand he's not ready for the pressure. You see, he resigned. Jaquan Stembridge will put it up. He resigned as soon as Josh told him to resign. He could not, and I haven't been told this, but he couldn't withstand the pressure. I would have stayed and exposed Josh. I would have stayed and exposed the party, right? I know what you're thinking out there. I can hear it, but he didn't. Brad Barnes took an advisory position. You see, he basically got out of the race. He was running for second vice chair of the Georgia Republican Party. And he basically backed out and made room for Betsy Kramer and Shaundi Zappendorf. Now, you can debate on who they really were trying to get in there. But Betsy Kramer was running, and Shaundi Zappendorf was running, and so was Noreen Cantor and Brad Barnes. Brad Barnes fell in line, and he became a special advisor. Now, since some things have been exposed, Jason Thompson, Debbie Dooley, the AJC's gone after him, but he has not been asked to resign an appointed position, not elected, that for a special advisor to Josh McCoon, the chairman. He's not been asked. So if he resigned, I wonder if he would tell everything he knows where Sally Grubb and Josh McCoon are concerned. Now, this guy here, let's go with number 86. Now remember Brad Barnes. Don't forget him. This is teen GOP activist steps down from party leadership post. This is Jaquan Stembridge. Now, remember Josh McCoon offered him. Remember that? You remember Josh McCoon offered him to get out of the race. Offered him a deal. It goes with Brad Barnes. It goes with the deal making. Well, are you not going to talk about what Jaquan did or is accused of? Yeah, I'm going to talk about what he did and what he's accused of. But what I'm going to show you is the backroom deals that get done and how Josh McCoon controls things. And there is no structure here. And it's a total mess in the organization. If you do not agree with Josh, if you do not do what he says. Now, so the last election, Josh said he never told Jaquan not to run. Video 14. Remember, Jaquan was told not to run for who? Well, Who would have thought Princess was going to make it back? Remember Princess? Caroline Jeffords. Yes, Princess. Princess, Caroline Jeffords, was going to be, they were going to run the table with their entire slate to control things for Josh McCoon. Caroline Jeffords, a.k.a. Princess, who was secretary, who could not do the job, but has the money, white woman, right? Go put the white woman in, tell a little black kid, oh, no, not your turn. Sorry if that offended any of you out there, but get over it. Now, remember, Josh McCoon called this guy, let me offer you something. Don't forget Brad Barnes. Did Josh McCoon call Brad Barnes? Just saying. Give me video 14.
I'm very transparent. All you got to do is ask me a question. I reached out to Mr. Sembridge. I didn't tell him not to run. I did say, and I've talked about this on the campaign trail, that we're going to have a Chairman's Council of Advisors, and I was hoping that he would consider perhaps participating in that as another way to serve the Georgia Republican Party. Caroline Jeffords, who's one of the members of our current executive committee, has been a tremendous help to me in raising funds for the Georgia Republican Party, and it is really important to have those key players on your team. And so I don't apologize for having that conversation, but I'm not telling anybody what they can or can't run for. And so I just want to be very clear with everybody about that. Thank you.
So wait a minute. There's a Chairman Council of Advisors that he's creating. And he said, I didn't tell him not to run. I really want Caroline Jeffords in there, right, for this young man here. I didn't tell him not to run, but I told him there'd be something else possible. Now remember, Brad Barnes is special counsel in the advisor committee that Josh created. Wouldn't you love to hear that phone call he made Brad? Did he make Brad Barnes a deal? Yes, you got to tie this together. This is how he operates. He does back my opinion. Lord, it's of my opinion he does backroom deals. Now, we will get to what he's accused of momentarily. I'm not giving him a pass. I'm just saying, you got to pay attention. Now, Jaquan had to answer for that. He had to answer for that because it became public that Josh was wanting Princess over and above the young 19-year-old black man. I have to say it that way because that's the way they treated him. They treated him as though, and look, I'm going to say it. You don't want to hear it. You need to just back away. This was, once he got elected, they used this kid all around the state as though he was a prize that they won. He was show and tell. Yeah, I know you don't like it and that pissed you off, but the kid became show and tell around the state. I watched it. I watched the people he dined with. I watched him change sport coats 6 times a week. I watched him. Every time I seen this kid, when I first met him, he had one sport coat, or at least that's what I thought. Next thing I know, somebody was dressing the damn boy. Sorry, as Michael would say on Good Times, boy is a white racist word. That's what Michael would say on Good Times for you old people out there. Give me this one right here. Now remember, Jaquan answered for this. Video 13.
As the chairman said, all you gotta do is ask me. I'm very transparent. I consider me and the chairman have been friends for years, or for a while, since I was 23, I would say. And then me and the chairman had several conversations about getting young people involved. And so the chairman sent me a text message. I was very excited. I thought the chairman was calling me saying, you know, you're a young man. I'm so excited for young people to run in this party. I'm excited to see a fresh face. I'm excited that you're going to be able to bring our message to people that look like you. Instead, I got a phone call saying, would you consider getting out of this race? Because Caroline Jeffords has brought in a lot of money to our party. Would you consider getting out of this race? Because I need people on this committee who have my back. And will you consider get out of this race and instead taking a position as chairman of the Youth Advisory Council? Now, just to add on to that, I sent the chairman an email in 2023 after he won, asking for the Youth Advisory Council. Never got it, but now it's an option. So.
Wow.
Jaquan, 2028.
Okay, so now I'm going to say this. Everybody's going to be upset with me when we're done today, and I don't care. He was not ready for the position. He should not have had the position. He got elected, man. He got elected. No, he didn't. He relaxed. We had a rigged convention. The bottom had come out of this convention. All hell had broke loose. All right. Kylie Kramer, by time it came time for assistant secretary, I mean, she basically bailed on it. Okay. The other candidate for assistant secretary, who was that? Who was the other candidate? Oh, Caroline Jeffords had come out of the race. She'd come out. She's not in it. He basically won by default. Now, I like the young man. I still like him today because to me, people come first. People are first. What happened is second. And people are worth saving. And whatever this kid did, whether he did it, didn't do it, whatever comes out of this, all right, and we'll get into that, you don't throw people away. I can't stand that. And this is a young man. He's 19 years old. He's very articulate. He's bright. If he would have been brought into the party and mentored instead of not used as some kind of prize they won, he's not a damn crack. He's not at the bottom of them damn Cracker Jack box for you people, okay? And that's the way they treated him. Like, oh, look what we got. We got a prize. Nobody did. There's no way. I used to have an organization. I'll get into it. And there's no way a 19-year-old young man would have come in to oversee an office in my organization. I don't care what you say out there. Not ready. Not ready. Not attacking this young man at all. But keep in mind, so what you're telling me is there was an advisory committee. It was an offer. So he was offered. Keep in mind, Josh, now when Josh does not get his way, he will finish you off. Now, I don't know who's involved. I don't know if Jaquan got set up. I don't know. There's a lot of questions here that will come out. But here's what I do know. This guy was asked to resign immediately. Now, if this guy would have won election and the Georgia GOP Inc. would have any kind of true structure, first of all, true structure, he wouldn't have been eligible yet. I'm not taking young people out of the organization. He would not have been eligible yet, okay, to have a state office. If I was running the organization, the structure would be, and I don't know, maybe we'd get it up to 25 where you're out of college. But you can't have really young people, for the most part, that are in college, student loans, going to classes, not ready, getting their yeehaw on, right? I call it getting their yeehaw on. Maybe standing up on the top of a keg, taking a picture at a party. I don't know. You just can't have that. You're not ready. And then I have to go out and tell people, well, you should vote conservative and, vote against taxes, although I don't know anything about it because I'm not paying bills and I'm not out in the real world. So I don't know. You can judge me any way you want, but maybe about 25 right there. I don't care how angry people get, because you can't take this young man out of Greene County at 19 years old going to North Georgia College over here and just throw him out there. And he obviously all of a sudden got the big head. He was Jaquan. And this is a lack of leadership from the top. I'm very disappointed in Josh McCoon, just on the fact that Josh McCoon, may have zero to do with this, zero. But at the same time, somebody, in my opinion, set this kid up. Now, so this come out the other day. Now, don't forget, the reason I brought this up, right? Let me show you here. Don't forget, do you have the picture of Brad Barnes on the AJC? Blueberry, right? Blueberry was running for office, second vice chair. Blueberry became Sally Grubbs' right-hand man. They've not asked him to remove himself, but Blueberry, maybe you should tell us, Brad. You want to come on the show and tell us? Did they offer you a deal like they did Jaquan? Did Josh call you up or Sally call you up and say, hey, we can get you an advisory? Because don't forget, Jaquan said the chairman offered him to be the chair of the Youth Advisory Council. See, this guy was special advisor on an advisory council to the chairman, right? Just saying. Now, this happened, and it's very upsetting, and we're going to go with what we see here. Now, 86, Jaquan, right? We've got nothing from the Georgia GOP, a teenage college student who earlier this year became the youngest person ever elected to Georgia GOP leadership post, abruptly stepped down Saturday. Jaquan Stembridge submitted his resignation as the party's assistant secretary over the weekend, right? Boom, just like that. Now, the AJC, everybody was celebrating when Jaquan got elected, right? Let me see here. Where's it at? I had it here a second ago. I'm going to find it because I want to put it up there because, I mean, they were all celebrating when the kid got elected. Give me... Well, I can't find it. They were celebrating. I know they were. I had it earlier. Let me see here. Give me number 105. They left this kid hanging out there. Now, I'm not saying if what he did is true. I do know he lied about his age. We'll get into that. A rising college sophomore, Jaquan Stembridge, is the youngest ever elected member to the state executive committee of the Georgia Republican Party. Right? He was all that. But then, just like that, this comes out and this starts circulating around. And I'm not telling you, I want to say this, I'm not making his sexual orientation, but this group here, number 79, I don't know who they are. We're going to go through it, right? Here it is, number 79, America First Post. They have 322,000 followers. I don't know them. I don't know the guy that ambushed Jaquan. Here is number 78. They come out, and this was published. I don't know exactly on the video, I've been told, but this was published, right, November 30th. The video went out, was made November 29th, we understand. And here is what was published by these people. Newly elected Georgia GOP Secretary Jaquan Stembridge was caught in a child sex predator sting. Now, not by law enforcement. No charges have been filed. Alleged attempting to meet a 14-year-old boy. Now, I don't know if Jaquan is gay or openly gay. I don't know that. This is what the Post says. All right. He chairs the Georgia Teen Republicans, a high school organization, and is a member of the Georgia Young Republicans. Also, as you can see there, he is the assistant secretary. So there's 2 videos on this post if you want to go watch them. And someone ambushes him in a parking lot. He gets out. He says he's only 17. The individual that is videoing Jaquan says the N-word several times. So I felt I did not want to put that up. Now, but it's going around everywhere. Number 80. I'm going to wait to see if other things come out before I'm not at liberty to say. And I would be, I don't even know this guy, but this guy has 80-some thousand followers. Assistant Secretary of the Georgia Republican Party tried to meet up with a 14-year-old boy. The Georgia GOP sweeping it under the rug. Okay? And that goes with right here, number 81. This is the Tennessee Holler. Community notes, don't get much more brutal than this. Right? The community notes on this post. Josh McCoon come out and said, today I announced the resignation of Jaquan Stembridge as Assistant Secretary of the Georgia Republican Party effective November 29, 2025. The Republican Party will move promptly to fill the vacancy in accordance with our bylaws. Now, keep this in mind. I don't know, but something doesn't smell right here. Keep this in mind. It's of my opinion, I say this, that this kid was set up. Now, as you can see, readers, additional context. Stembridge was recently caught attempting to meet a 14-year-old boy. So the Georgia Republican Party has not answered for any of this, right? Not answered for any of this. Now, 103, my understanding is, and I don't know, my understanding through some sources and some phone calls I made is that Jaquan was on this social media app on Yik Yak. I know nothing about a Yik Yak. On Yik Yak, anonymously connect with everyone at your college. So my understanding is this is where the communication took place. Jaquan is a college student, this is my understanding, with the alleged 14-year-old boy, took place on Yik Yak. My understanding is you're supposed to be a college student. It's anonymous, and you're supposed to be able to meet your herd. And I guess your herd is like if you're in a gay herd, lesbian herd, a herd. I don't know. I really don't know, and I don't want to know. But this is where I understand it took place. Now, this is Josh McCoon, number 12. All right? This is Josh McCoon. And Josh McCoon, this is his special advisor when I say that, he used to be the executive director of the Georgia Republican Party is Travis Bowden. Travis worked with Josh at the insurance commissioner's office. That's the guy who has his back turned to you. He would protect Josh from anyone coming around him. He's Josh's gatekeeper when Josh is out in public. I don't know recently. And that's Josh McCoon, the chairman of the Georgia Republican Party. Now, as we close, we will get into it tomorrow. And I'm not making light on what Jaquan Stembridge has done. Apparently, he did connect with somebody. All right? He did, apparently, number 78. And he did resign from the Georgia GOP, Inc. as Assistant Secretary of the Georgia Republican Party. Something's wrong here. Something is bad and wrong. We're going into 2026. And Josh McCoon cannot handle the job as chairman. And it's not been a week ago that Brad Barnes was, I don't want to say set up, but his social media became available and became upsetting to people. Who did it? He was set up. But what upsets me more this morning than anything else is the Georgia GOP has no rules. They didn't have clear written rules on a resume to be a candidate. They don't have clear rules on age and requirements to be a candidate, right? I mean, you look at their most recent chairman, Josh McCoon and David Schaefer, no organizational skills whatsoever, no management skills whatsoever. This party is just running on its own. But let me tell you something. Josh rules with an iron fist. And if you get out of line, you will be gone. That's all I know. And someone may say to me, are you not upset that he may be a predator? Are you not upset that he was trying to solicit a 14-year-old boy? Are you not upset that he's doing these things allegedly according to the videos and the post? Are you not upset over that? Yes, I am. I'm very upset over that. But what you don't know out there is I watched this kid. I looked one day on social media, and this kid was sitting at a table overlooking what looked to be the city of Atlanta at high rise, looked to be a 5-star restaurant. This young kid probably never been to anything like that in his life. All right. And he was sitting there with Dennis What the Fudge. Yes, Dennis What the Fudge, right? I love for someone to come out with some racial things that Dennis What the Fudge has said, and you know who you are out there. I wish you would. Yes, I wish you would. Okay, and you know who you are. But I see this little young man sitting there with Dennis What the Fudge. I see him sitting at the table with Jason Thompson. I see him sitting at the table with Betsy Kramer. And I just shook my head. I will say this, and I'm not going to disclose anything else, but I tried to approach this young man multiple times. I tried to say, don't make these mistakes. Don't make these mistakes. Don't sell out. Don't do it. Don't make these mistakes. And he didn't understand because he was being lavished. This kid was being lavished with gifts. I don't care. Somebody come up with who did it. He's being lavished with money, gifts, rubies, pearls, whatever. Just making examples, right? This dude was wearing new shoes 3 times a week. I'm just saying that. New jackets. Every time I look, I was like, every time I looked at this kid, I was like, where's the adults? Somebody be a man to this kid. Pull him in and say, whoa, slow your roll. But nobody, they just let him go. Let him go. He's Jaquan. Why, he's the prize we found. Why, we're Republicans. We need young, black, energetic people in the party so we don't look like an old man white party. We don't want to look like the old man white party. We don't want to look like the good old white party. We need, this is a prize. This is a gift. So what if this happens? Shit, throw him away. We can get another one somewhere. Toss him out. We'll get another one somewhere. He's just a 19-year-old black kid. I'm for sure we'll find another one somewhere. I know people are real pissed off at the things I'm saying. And that's what upsets me, because it should have never happened from the beginning. And if somebody was really being a mentor to this young man and talking to this young man, maybe this would have never happened. Maybe. I don't know. It's a big maybe. I think he got set up. I'm not saying what happened here is not true. I'm not saying that. But I'm very upset. Very upset if this is true. This young man needs some help. If this is true, this young man needs some counseling. Right? Maybe Josh could call Princess, see if she's still available for the job. She can get her damn tiara out, and he can help raise some money because the damn party's broke. All right, so I'm going to dig into this more tomorrow. I was afraid I was going to get, let me see if I have any text messages that I need to say. You did. I know who you are. I know you tried to tell him not to sell out. I know that. I know you tried to tell him. I'm getting messages. I know we did. We tried to tell him not to. Jaquan, remember out there, no matter who you are, people first. People first. Okay? Because there's nowhere you've been given the right to judge. People first. Care about people first. And I'll look in the camera and tell you this is not my opinion. I have enough personal experience. And this is from me, no one else directly. Josh McCoon is not a good person. I will look you in the eye and tell you Josh McCoon is not a good person. He will do you wrong. This is coming personally from me. He will stab you in the back, coming from me, not anyone else. And I have to tell you, all of these self-celebrities, those self-celebrities taking pictures, we're going to clean house. We are going to clean house. I'll see you tomorrow morning, 8 a.m.